Hi guys, it's Andrea Blythe. How's it going? We're still in like this shelter in place thing. I've been sitting there on the couch just now thinking that I've been wanting to make a video, and I have been wanting to make a video, but like, I don't know, man, making videos for me is a lot of mental and physical energy to do when I do them at the best of the times in the midst of this like shelter in place orders and all that kind of stuff. It's even harder for me to like want to sit down and make a video. So here I am. I'm not doing my setup. I don't have any makeup on. I have my glasses on. My hair is a mess. I'm a mess. The phone's a little wobbly because I didn't set up my tripod. I did none of the things. I'm just making a video because I want to make a video. And I was thinking about it. So yeah. I guess one of the things that I'm learning about during the course of this whole shelter in place thing is very much just figuring out how to be where you're at. So like I said, for me, making videos is difficult during the course of this thing, even more difficult than normal. I read one book last month. I finished one book. I was reading other books, but only finished one, which I have that book around here somewhere. This is one of my book stack. Let's see if I can find it. Ha 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 ha. I found it. I'm totally covering up totally covered up the thing the whole time. That's fine. Okay. So this is the book I read last month. Pretty Mary's All in a Row by Gwendolyn Keist. As you can see, it's a very short book. So that's what I was able to kind of mentally manage last month was this book. It was a great book. It's about Resurrection Mary, the ghost that hangs out on highways and hops in the back of the car with hitchhikers and basically scares them. And she does this every night to collect fear, which she brings home to her family of other Marys, including Bloody Mary and Mary Quite Contrary, Pretty Maids All in a Row, that from that nursery rhyme. And there's two others that I can't think of right now. They're kind of this assemblage, little found family of Marys, dysfunctional family of Marys who feed off the fear to sustain themselves as ghosts. But things are getting more difficult because people are being less scared of them and things ensue. It was a really fun read. It was a great read. I really enjoyed it. I love the characters. I love female friendships. I love scary stories. I love stories based off of urban legends and that sort of thing. That's kind of a fun spin on it. So it was a great read. Yeah. But it was also the only book I read. I had been reading other books, including White is for Witching by Helen Oyemi, which is a really, really good book, but it was like too intellectual for me at the moment with the shelter in place and dealing with all the stress of everything that's going on. So basically what I've been trying to get to in this long explanation and the deviation to talk about the book is that I figured out that I was not in the headspace to read that book, not at that moment. And so I employed the thing that I've learned a little while ago, which is that you don't have to finish books that are not working for you at that point in time. So I put it down and I started picking up other books that are a little less intellectually heavy for me at that point in time. And it turned out great because then all of a sudden I could enjoy the process of reading again. And it's not like I didn't enjoy White is for Witching, and it's not like I don't intend to finish it. It's just that at this point in time, it was not the right book for me. So I had to move on. And that's kind of a roundabout way of explaining where I'm at right now. So another version of this is the fact that it's National Poetry Month. And generally this is a time period in which I read lots of poetry and I write lots of poetry. And I try to do 30-day poetry challenges, a daily challenge for writing poetry every day. And I found that reading poetry for me right now is a little bit difficult. It's a little hard to stay focused on it. So I'm giving myself permission to not be fully engaged in that community as I would like to be during this time period. I still try to support poets online and retweet their stuff and do that sort of a thing, but I'm engaging with National Poetry Month differently than I ever would before. I am doing kind of a 30-day challenge. I'm not sticking to it every single day, but basically on my Instagram, I've been posting these little short poems that I've been creating in response to fragments of the Hieronymus Bosch painting the Garden of Earthly Delights. There's on Twitter and on Instagram, there's a user named Boschbot, which automatically generates these little fragments, and I respond to them. And it's like the perfect little amount of engaging with poetry without feeling like I have to stress about it too much, or that I have to make it too perfect, or that it has to be a part of some bigger project. It's just letting it be what it is. Yeah. So I guess I'm trying to illustrate where I'm at, but also trying to encourage others as well to just kind of figure out where you're at and what works for you and adjust accordingly to where you're at. If you're in a space where watching horror movies or movies about pandemics is the kind of thing that helps relax you, then do that. If you're in a space where you can only watch fluffy Disney movies, then do that. It's all good. If you're in a space where you feel like you want to cry all the time, that's okay too. If you're in a space where you're feeling anxious and you need to kind of just be quiet to be able to stay calm, that's okay too. If you need to figure out ways to exercise, if you need to just kind of be still, wherever you're at, kind of adjust accordingly to your current situation and how you're feeling. It's okay. Chuck Wendig wrote a really great post about the fact that this is not normal. So it's okay to not be normal, to not feel normal, to feel like things are weird and off and strange, and that you can't just react and behave in the normal ways. And I'll put a link to that. But yeah, he said it perfectly. Things are not normal right now, so it's okay to not be normal. And if things are not normal, then you are not required to necessarily learn new skills or write the most genius work that you've ever written or read all the books if you can't focus on reading right now. Maybe you just need to watch some fluffy TV shows or your favorite TV shows, or maybe you want to watch old movies. Whatever it is that helps you get through this, it's totally fine. Totally fine as long as it's not, you know, as long as it's not like breaking social distancing and doing the kinds of things that potentially extend this out. Still stick with the social distancing and the washing of your hands and the not touching your face and wearing masks and doing all the things that kind of help prevent the spread and flatten the curve and all that good stuff. So those are still good things to do. But other than those things, do what you need to do to kind of get through this. Yeah, that's about it. I can't really say my usual, I hope you're loving life, because loving life is a little difficult right now, but I hope you're staying healthy and safe and that you're doing okay otherwise. So yeah, until next time.